welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop, and thank you so much for joining me again. Okay, we're carrying on with the case on this Wien H, I don't know how you pronounce it. We've put the pieces in here where it was badly chipped. We've stabilised all the front. Oh, this is stuck down now. Now I'm still in two minds what to do with this, whether I put a little bit of filler in or I just sand the whole lot, see how out of kilter it looks. I'm getting everything really close up so you can see it exaggerated. But there's them three pieces there that I'm going to have to deal with. Still got to get this sticky stuff off. So for this video, what we're going to do is finish the base off. Now this is on, but it's not flush. So what I'm going to do is just whittle away these corners to get it really nice and flush. I've got rid of the excess wood that was where the feet are, and we're going to work on them too. So I'll just bring you in so you can see what I'm doing. Let's get it nice and close up so you can see exactly what's going on. It doesn't look much on the camera, but I can feel it, the corner there and the edge. All the way around. These have settled in nicely, these little bits. And what I'm going to do is just take a really sharp Stanley knife blade, and I'm just going to start whittling away to get it nice and flat. Once it's all nice and flat and I can't feel any edges, I'll be happy with that. And when it's stained, it should blend in pretty well, this piece. There's a bit of gap there, but it's and there's a gap here. It's really hardly at all. I'll bring it up really close and you can see that. I might fill that with a little bit of PVA and some of the dust that I've been saving. I know it's on the bottom and I could get away with just leaving it, but it's good practice to perfect like things like this for when, say, radio came along and it was on the face where you can see it. It's good to get a little bit of skill up. I say skill, God, I wish I had any. But it's good practice. So I'm just going to carry on. That's already getting better. That's really blending in well now. I'm going to carry on doing this till it's all nice and flush, and then we'll work on the feet. Okay, we've got that all nice and flush now. You can see that there's no tiny bit. What I'm going to do is sand it all at the end, but it feels to the finger pretty flat now. So we're going to work on these feet using this piece of garden trellis. Am I saying a lot again? I need to stop doing that. It used to be a bad habit I got myself out of a while ago. It seems to have raised its ugly head again. Okay, I'm just going to mark roughly. I haven't had a look at the pictures on that Radio Museum site and see how high they are, but I think we don't want that high, do we? That'd be ridiculous, would it? I don't know, I'll have a look on the Radio Museum site again, see how high they are on the picture of the one on there. If they're not too bad, I think we'll cut this in half, and I'm using in between these trellis nails the best bit I can find without knots in it and stuff, which is that bit there. There's another knot there. Suppose I could use, if we have to go high, use that. I'll refer to Radio Museum again, have a look at it. Right, okay, I'm just looking on Radio Museum, and they don't seem to be that tall. I think we can get away with using half of this. So I'll go and saw this up and see if I can get it straight, and then we'll look at attaching them. Okay. Right, okay, let's get you in here. Light's better. So there we go, very crudely cut out. I'll show you the saw I used. I still have to stock up some tools yet, so I did it with this, which is quite, it's not a full-size saw, it's quite a big saw to be cutting. That cut was particularly interesting. So the crudely cut, let's offer them up. I'll sand them all down, make them look pretty. There's a chip out there, we'll sand that out, put that to the back. What we do, are we rednecking things again? I think we are, but they do match up pretty much perfectly where it's a shame about that chip. I might stick a piece back in it. Oh well, I nearly said it is what it is. Let's see what it's going to look like on them. See if it looks anything similar to the picture we looked at. I can't see where they go now. It's gonna look better than having no feet, and they do have a purpose, and they are level. Once they're stained, everything should be good. Right, so I'm going to get on with just sanding these down and getting them fixed into position. Okay. Right, okay. Sanded down and glued on. They do look better than no feet. Obviously, they're not original. Let me just drag you down here because you see, watch the camera fall off, what it looks like. Oops, let me get the angle right. Is that going to move? That's pretty much it. So it does, they're going to have to be stained, but at least it's got its feet back again. So the next I'm going to have to work out what I'm going to do with this, because this stuff is too thick. Considering just sanding it down and staining it, but that's a bit of an easy way out, isn't it? Perhaps some veneer tape. I'll have to have a think about that. So for now, that's the feet done. That obviously I'll stain it all at the end. I didn't sand it down very well, did I? I quite like this chip out now. It gives it a little bit of wear, because it is supposedly 1972. Okay, let's think what we're going to do next. After thinking for 10 minutes, I think let's try and get that sticky off. I think what we're going to do is to sand the whole thing down, but obviously carefully, because it's veneer. We'll just give it a light sand and see how it's looking, especially these areas here. Let's have a look getting this sticky off. This has been on a long time. So I've just sprayed it with some GT85. I'm just trying to gently persuade it to come off, which it is doing. Some of this is I wouldn't use the metal thing, but on some of the radios with the dial faces where they have them radio times markers on them, I tend to use like WD-40 or something, or even just getting them warm sometimes with, of all things, a hairdryer. You can heat them up, and that can help them come off easy. Otherwise, it's a right struggle, because they tend to have gone brittle, and they crack rather than peel off. Now, is this going to leave a stain? I suppose not that it matters too much, because we're going to sand it all down anyway. Let's get a bit of that. It is coming up here. Whoops, wrong side. I've scratched it now. Well, we are going to sand it down, and we are going to restain it all. Yeah, that's coming off okay. Right, I'll get on with this. I'll sand it all down and then we'll have a look at it and reassess what we're going to do. Just got to bring you back in here. As I'm taking this label off that was stuck on, there's it looks like there's some graffiti underneath it. Not sure if that's a decal or anything, but that's definitely graffiti. It might even be biro pen, I'm not sure. It's more likely that it was a decal that was stuck on there at some point. I wonder if that'll sand out. Interesting things you find on these radios once you start working on them. Right, okay, we're giving it an extremely light sanding down. There's a bit of a blemish here. I don't know what it was before, but you see the front doesn't look great. I'm going to, these are all nice and smooth now-ish. What I'm going to do is try and get rid of all these. There's like a little line there. Get rid of the lines as much as we can. We'll just give it a coat. Just a coat of the tea coil. The siliconized tea coil. And just see what it looks like before we go any further. Sometimes less is best. Or sometimes I'm winging it. But we might get away with it, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm going to clean the bench down and we'll get some tea coil on it, see how it looks after a coat. If these do look dreadful after a coat of tea coil or a couple of coats, what I think I might consider doing is getting some thin balsa wood and filling them in with balsa wood. I don't mind certain imperfections because let's face it, it's an oldish radio, so can give it character. But I don't like any. If some of these were missing, then that'd be a definite replace them. So get it brushed down, get all the bits off, and give it a coat. Right, okay, already let's all cleaned up. Let's get some of this vintage siliconized by a company called Joy tea coil. I must look up these. I don't think they exist anymore. But it's certainly very good stuff. So I do like the Danish oil. Oh, I found this to be. As you see, all I'm going to do is put thin coats on, just off a tissue, and actually the tissue's soaking up more than the wood. Better to put thin on first. But what I am going to do is, I was going to put some on a brush then to do these, but I'm not. I'm going to stick with the tissue. We might have to stain these in. Obviously they're a lot lighter. I thought this might darken them up, but it ain't going to do. So back to the drawing board on that one. I will have to get some stain and brush these new bits in first. I'm more interested to see what happens to the front here. So let's get some on that front. Because I want them to disappear, and they are doing. So it takes the eye away from the patches that are missing of the veneer. And that was the goal, the aim that I wanted to do. It is soaking it up like crazy. Not sure if we're going to get away with that completely. So I'll give it a couple of coats and see how it looks after that. The next video, I think what we'll be doing is looking at the knobs. One of them's damaged, there's a missing front piece, and I've had them in bleach actually, and they've come up really, really clean. If you look back in the video, you see they're really dirty, horrible, in a horrible condition, but they have come up really clean. So I'll have a look at them. We'll have a look at them in the next video. For now, that's as far as I'm going to go with this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I will carry on getting tea coil all over my cutting mat. I'll carry on layering this up, and as always, be good to each other, and hopefully I will catch you in the next video.